Hey everybody, Fab4 here with some more Mechabellum. On today's gameplay, I'm going to try to not get bamboozled by the Bamboozler. Starting off here, running a giant specialist, and the Bamboozler himself is doing a saber-tooth specialist. Starting off here with some steel balls and crawlers. Been picking this one a little bit more, just trying to do a little more aggro play, as you're going to see here, me setting up the aggro position for these. Getting the steel balls in the front and some arc lights. That way, tarantulas will hit the steel balls, and then the arc lights can take out the crawlers. Or I set up just kind of a more normal kind of setup. I don't try to do anything funky here. Though I think we end up kind of doing opposite sides, so it doesn't really matter here. The opponent has you can see tarantulas and fangs, and he decides to grab some crawlers and kind of just more reinforce his right side. And okay, there we go. I do set up for the crawlers in front. I think this is still pretty much good because it allows the crawlers to kind of take the damage. Then the steel balls can kind of go in and kind of do the cleanup. So, all right, the first round is off. It's going to be a little anticlimactic here at the beginning because we're both just going to run at each other's towers, and I get there first just because I got all the crawlers in the front and faster units. He's got some crawlers, but they're way in the back. So we'll kind of move this one along quicker. That tower take there was actually really good timing for me. And then, yeah, this will be an easy victory for me here on this first round. Okay, so on to the second round here. We actually, since I'm a giant spec, getting this improved fort could actually be really nice. Just being able to unlock this and then only have to cost 500 instead of the extra 200 to unlock. Makes this really strong. Extended range war factory is all right. It's really early on to pick that unless you're like really feeling war factory. Sometimes that kind of hits you that one time. Laser sights seems pretty good. I don't really have anything that's really benefiting from having extra range. So I think I'm probably going to throw you for a little bit of surprise. Obviously, we got the Bamboozler. He gets the laser sight. It's a good pickup here when nothing else is there. But I decide, you know what? We're doing aggro. So why not just try and go more aggro? And just pick up the assault fangs and just start having all fast moving chaff. So yeah, there is the assault fang pickup. He places a missile here in front of me. This is going to clear out all the units right here. We'll see, it makes a little cool pattern too. I don't know, just you'll notice it here. It's just a little bit of beauty in the game. He also gets his saber tooth on that round 2 now, and actually puts the laser sight on it. That's actually a smart idea. Being able to target stuff from farther away makes it so that getting range on these isn't really going to help out too much. So now that I got the assault fangs, I decide, you know what? Let's just keep on forcing this side and go ahead and just put them in the front here with the steel balls, because now they at least march in a little faster. And I decided to missile over on my right side to kind of protect the tower. All right, so we'll get a little more of a impact here. This Sabertooth is going to be doing some pretty good work against these steel balls this round. And of course, they're just going to march into this tower, and it's just going to be... And based off this, he's definitely going to take it first. But we're actually clearing out his units. That tower take is pretty bad for us if we can't take this tower. Okay, he takes one of them. But I think the timing on that here is just a little bit off, and the steel ball is able to get it just enough. Yep. You saw I got a shot there, and it wasn't enough just because it was debuffed. Also see some nice cannon just kind of flying off there as it just lands. You know, this game has its own kind of like ragdoll physics as well. And then it's just going to be a little bit cleanup. I think he's going to take this one, though. He's got enough. He's got way more fangs over me. Yeah, especially when that tarantula gets the one shot and then just cleans it up. Plus, I also have the shorter range fangs with the assault fangs, so the range, yep, is way lower. For the cards here on round 3, he's getting improved firepower. Not a bad idea. It's always just a good pickup here. But I skipped on the forts, the improved forts, but I'm seeing now this fortified overlord. And I'm kind of looking at it mostly because getting that extra, yeah, it loses 35% attack, but that extra 75% HP can be really nice. Just makes it a lot harder to take down, and it's way tankier. Plus, you're not even doing a increased cost on it. You're just getting more health for free. And the other options are also really strong as well. Like he's doing Sabretooth, so getting a nano repair kit can be really strong, improve firepower. Haste might be all right for something for his units, but he's not really going for charging in. Like he tried to aggro, but he notices that my board is more of an aggro push in than him. His position on these seems all right, but I think I've got him pushed a little far back in the corner. So now he's kind of limiting himself on space for where he wants to put troops or units. I mean, troops or units, they're kind of both. I mean, he could start putting like some chaff up here, but that's really all he can put up here. And if I start seeing chaff, I mean, all I got to do is pick up some more arc lights, grab range on them, or even just pick up something else. And I decided to just kind of keep with my strategy, set them up, and then go for the same corner. Now, this one's not going to work out as good as this back corner here. Just because we can see now that he has more stuff in the back. The nice thing is, though, it pulls it away. So that's one Sabretooth that's not doing anything. Probably should have done a... What am I thinking of here? A mobile beacon from these guys here straight to the tower. The guys in the front, though, they made it to the tower either way, so it was about even. But that should have been a better option to do, is to get this other guy so that all my units just charge together. But because we pulled all of his units on the back to the side, my units in the front were able to push through. Plus, he didn't have a missile down this time, so they weren't taken out that early on. He ends up taking my right tower again, but doesn't really help him out with anything here. He is getting over to his other tower, though. And it's close. Okay, he takes him. We get an even tower take. So we're kind of both debuffed. Problem is the Tarantula is not going to be strong enough to take out the steel balls. The Fangs having the same range as the Tarantulas. All you got to do is take out a few Fangs and you'll get access to the Tarantulas. All right, getting our unit drop here on round 4. Him grabbing a Scorpion. Great pickup here going against steel balls. Having the crawls in the front kind of helps out. Absorb some damage. Scorpion's also not a bad pickup for me. The Wasp is also really strong too. We're looking at his air, like he does have fangs, but like all I got to do is just kind of like, we're looking at where these guys are going. We're doing a little bit of a split. Not many of them are going up to the front, so I could easily just put some Wasps right here, beacon them the tower. Or even do Wasps over here, beacon them the tower. And then just pick up jump drive on them, move them again. I end up grabbing these sledgehammers, though, because I'm kind of looking for something to tank the shots of tarantulas and saber-tooths. It's kind of like a weird little mini chaff line. I also level up this tower now because it's like, okay, I'm not defending it, so just get it harder for him to kill. We're also starting to notice that he sold one of the tarantulas and is starting to kind of move him over here. So he's abandoning the right side, but leaving the chaff up, which isn't always that bad. You know, keep up some little defense. It'll distract my units from getting there. But now I start picking up the overlords. Because we're also looking at, what does he have for air? Or anti-air? Like, fangs? But I got the increased health by 75%. It's not really going to do anything. The only funny thing is now, I'm sure you guys have noticed that I got the assault fangs, but all I got is 2. I mean, I guess I did also pick up the ones last turn, and this time I got the saber sledgehammers. So maybe a weird little pickup, but I wanted to try something new, see if it worked out with aggro. But we're going to see that there's some other downfalls to his strategy or what he tries to respond with in the end. As we just march in, even this Scorpion is not going to be able to handle these. Too much chaff that I have coming in. His chaff clear is really weak. You put it all in the back so it gets pulled off to the side by the saber-tooths, or sorry, my sledges and my other units. He's still getting over here to the tower. Rank 2 makes it a little harder to take. And he does have a rank 3, though, as well. And taking that tower just makes it a little bit harder for me to take this. There's still some chaff in front that he has to deal with, so we're able to avoid his shots on every other unit. And now we're just going to make our separate ways to towers until we finally collide. Now we're looking at here. What does he have for anti-air? He's got fangs. And the overlords are going to have no problem against that. Now we're on to pretty much a full-on no damage taken so far. All right, what do we got here for round 5? We got some card drops. So what I'm looking at here is he's about halfway down. Getting about 1,000 cash, 350. Leaving me about 650 left over. There's no reason to pick up this. Intensive training is all right, but I got to spend the money for the upgrades. I'd rather just keep getting units. Elite crawlers, but I mean, look at his board. He's got tarantula, tarantula, tarantula. He's got like a bunch of them. So the crawlers are just going to be taken out. They might survive a little bit, but even rank 3 against tarantulas aren't the best unless I can like get, outswarm him. And that's probably going to be the only way to do that. Yeah, I guess that's what happens. I end up picking up the lightning storm. He grabs the intensive training. Trying to rank up his units, which can help out. But the thing is, like, right now the steel balls are getting in and able to target stuff. So the extra ranks for health and damage aren't really going to matter. And now he's grabbing the spider mine technology to help deal with the steel balls. So they got to lock onto that first. Kind of just slows them down a little bit. This one here is really good because now the tarantulas can, the spider mines will go into the tower. It'll also help clearing out these sledges too when they walk over there. Because you got 3 of them right here. But I decide to start picking up some more boats. Get another one. And actually just increase my chaff over here. Because right now, like, look at all this empty space here in front. He has left this completely open for my troops to just... We'll slow it down here just so you guys can kind of see. Like, if we're looking, all of his troops get pulled over. And of course, now a lightning storm. So it's just going to clear out everything back here. But what does he have up here in the front? A couple spider mines, a tarantula, a scorpion. That's it. Now, obviously, the lightning storm took out the fangs here, but the only had like the front few running towards me, whereas the ones in the back were just going off to the side. And now we see all these steel balls go in, take out the tarantula. The scorpion is distracted. Like, there's even a couple crawlers right here. All you need is one. The one crawler is going to be able to distract the scorpion. Yep, just like that. We'll go back to speed here. We see we just take out the scorpion. And then we go right for the tower. And now the overlords can just start working on the rest of the units. The default win no matter what. He has nothing to shoot up at the towers. Not even the anti-air tech on the tarantulas either. Still takes the tower. But I mean, again, am I really worried about these units over here? Not really. They're not posing any kind of threat. Even if I just win with only these units. But of course, this is going to take a while because... guys are just so slow. If only he took Assault Fang, they could just go that much faster. All right, under round 6. Looking really strong for me. We're getting a unit drop. Now, the standout for me, instant rank 5 Rhino. When you're doing aggro, you just want to push in. There's some thought about doing worms as well, but sometimes the worms can get caught up on some dumb stuff. Like, they'll get caught up on chaff, and it'll kind of just slow them down enough, and they don't attack very quickly. I mean, Fort and Farseers, Forts are all right, but they're kind of slow, whereas the rest of my units push in, so they're kind of just doing whatever. They're more for, like, high damage, I guess, then. But I'm already doing enough high damage with the steel balls. For him, if anything... honestly, they're all pretty bad, because steel ball counters... well, he ends up getting it as well, but steel ball counters pretty much all of those, even the sandworms. So I think it was just really bad luck for him there. And we can see now is just like, well, this right side is completely undefended with just chaff. Even if he could slow down a little bit, me taking this tower will just help me push this other side really quick. He does some rank ups, which help out the spider mines a little bit, giving him extra health and extra damage. And now we see he actually picks up his own boat. He's trying to counter my own with his. Actually, we see here that I don't do that. I move the Rhino back here to push with my own units up to the front. Also grabbing the chin gun here on the Overlords just makes it so that I can just... it's pretty much just extra shots. And there's also, Launcher Overlord. Make them shoot even faster. They do lose the range. Oh, no, I'm going back and forth. I can't decide what to do with the Rhino. Now, obviously, I don't see this over here. And I actually pick up the Whirlwind. because I know for a fact that he's gonna walk past these fangs, but these crawlers are gonna be the issue. So being able to just go through and just kind of do that, take them out, and then take the tower. Like we'll slow it down again, kind of give you a bird's eye view of everything here. He doesn't care about this. That mobile beacon just pushes him right through. We can see the chin guns working. It helps out with just clearing out a little extra chaff. Arc lights are probably better for that. And now we see he takes out literally all of them, and he just goes straight for the tower. And he's fast enough to where the crawlers can't catch up to him. And now we see the steel balls took out the tarantula. It's pretty much a repeat of last time, but now I got the boats doing way more damage. And all I need is this one. Oh, that tower take was pretty bad timing for me. But I mean, I'm about to take both the towers here. Left one's going to go down. Right one goes down just right before. And now we see this rhino can kind of just walk through these fangs. It has so much health, they can't do anything, and he's just going to wipe them all out. While the boats just go in and take out the other boat, and the chin guns just blast away the scorpion. And then with that, it's just cleanup. And the rhino, and it lives. And with that, we are able to actually bamboozle the Bamboozler. So I think this is a really good aggro game. I think I got some luck with it, but there was definitely some strange things the opponent did. He kind of really committed to this back flank for some reason, which was kind of strange. It was smart of him to kind of move things over onto the other side, but the problem is he also just left his front just completely exposed. So even though I just like this whole front corner could just go in, take the tower, and while they're debuffed, they just move in, finish off the rest of the units. Especially with the boats, I mean, they can just clean up any medium slash large unit. Even other boats, I mean, the artillery shots just take all the ground units while the boats just shoot at each other. And I have so many more compared to him, doesn't even matter. Even at rank 1, they're doing good damage. Plus, you got to remember, I also have the fortified overlords. So having that extra 75% HP makes them so much more tankier than him because he didn't pick up any other uh, specialist, or he didn't pick up any other like unit cards or whatever. He just got extra damage on one of them, and that was about it. He even skipped on the lightning, which in hindsight makes sense. When I'm going aggro, I mean, lightning's going to be all right, but you kind of have to place it over your own units right here. Like you'd have to place it right in your front section, and you, if you had units placed here, then you'd pretty much be hitting your own. You could try and do a little bit, like try and do half and half, like try and have it start right where the steel balls, like right on the edge here. That way, as it starts to go, they kind of walk in. Because I think one of the big issues here was that he wasn't really clearing the chaff fast enough. And then also the same thing, he just was super over committed to the side. And I, even with these guys here, like they're rank ones, but they're doing such a good job of pulling his whole board. Like if we look at the position of all of his units, like look how many things are facing the front. Besides these fangs right here, we have this pack of fangs, a tarantula, and a scorpion, and then like right up here, just just three of them. There's only three of them, so that's all I pretty much have to deal with in the front. And then there's some thought like, oh, if my guys start moving in, then these guys are going to turn. I mean, not really, because they have to clear out this, and they have to clear out this, and they have to clear out this. And by that time that happens, all of my steel balls and even my boats, they've already just rush in and are right on the tower. So it's just going to be, you know, a massacre once they take that. Plus, getting that rhino drop there is really nice. He tried to do the same, but I think he should have beaconed it. But I don't really think that matters anyways. Just because, I mean, I had nothing there anyways. Like, if he tried, the only thing I could think of for him to do is to try to push this tower more. But then he wouldn't be committing as many units over here. And at that point, it pretty much becomes to whose board is better. And I think he just wasn't really building the right units too in the end. Like we didn't see him do any kind of anti-air until round 6, and at that point it was just too late. And then my boats could just clear out anything he put down. Like even if you got like a melting point, like even a melting point over here or something, it wouldn't be enough because they would probably focus on all of the crawlers or even the steel balls, and then the overlords could just artillery shot him down and then take a shot or whatever and it'd be gone. So all around Very aggressive plays by me, and he barely even got any chance to beat me there. If you enjoyed the video, go ahead and leave a like and subscribe to the channel. If you also like to come by and check out some live Mechabellum, I stream over on Twitch at twitch.tv/fab4200. So thanks for watching, and I hope you have a great day.